Yo, we've all been there. You're fresh out of school, resume polished to a mirror sheen, you've got dreams, ambitions, and a burning desire to make your mark on the world. You spend hours, days, weeks, maybe even months, meticulously crafting the perfect cover letter for every job posting. Each word is chosen with care, each sentence designed to showcase your unique talents. You tailor your skills, you highlight your experiences, you even throw in a quirky anecdote or two to stand out from the crowd. You believe that this time, this application will be the one that lands you that dream job. You hit send, a wave of optimism washes over you. You imagine the possibilities, the new opportunities, the exciting challenges that lie ahead. You're not just applying for a job, you're applying for a future where your hard work and dedication pay off, where you can grow and thrive. But here's the thing they don't tell you. The reality of the job market can be harsh and unforgiving. The job market can be a shady place, man. It's filled with pitfalls and traps that can catch even the most prepared job seeker off guard. Behind those sleek company websites and LinkedIn profiles lurks a darker side to job applications, one that preys on the hopes and dreams of eager young job seekers. It's a world where your aspirations can be exploited for profit. This ain't about your qualifications or your experience, it's about a system rigged for profit, exploiting your hard work for a quick buck. It's a game where the odds are often stacked against you. This is the story of how some companies turn your job applications, those carefully crafted packets of potential, into cold hard cash. They see your dreams as just another revenue stream. And trust me, it's way more common than you think. So, stay vigilant, stay informed, and don't let the system crush your spirit. Let's talk about those physical applications, the ones you painstakingly print on resume paper, stuff into envelopes, and mail off with a prayer. You know, the ones that involve actual human interaction with a mailbox? You'd think in the digital age those would be safe from corporate greed, right? Wrong. Turns out there's a whole side hustle going on with those untouched envelopes. See, companies often buy envelopes in bulk, way more than they need. Now, instead of letting those surplus envelopes go to waste, some companies have figured out a way to make a profit. They sell them. Yep, you heard that right. Your carefully addressed, meticulously stamped envelope, the one carrying your hopes and dreams, might just end up back on a store shelf, being sold at a discount. The irony is, you could end up buying your own rejected application back, this time filled with someone else's dreams. Imagine walking down the aisle of your local office supply store, browsing for some stationery, and there it is, an envelope that looks eerily familiar. You pick it up, and it hits you. This could be the very envelope you sent out months ago, hoping for a job that never called back. It's a strange, almost surreal feeling, knowing that your personal effort has been commodified and is now part of a retail transaction, and it doesn't stop there. These envelopes, once symbols of ambition and hope, are now just another product on the shelf, stripped of their original purpose. They might be bought by someone else, filled with new dreams and aspirations, and sent off into the world again. It's a cycle that underscores the often overlooked yet deeply ironic ways in which our efforts are repurposed and resold. So next time you send out an application, remember, it might just have a second life, not in the hands of a hiring manager, but on the aisles of a store, waiting for its next journey. Okay, so maybe your application doesn't end up back on a store shelf. Maybe you used a unique envelope, something with a bit more personality. You're safe from the office supply resale racket, right? Not so fast. Remember those markings HR makes on your application? The ones that signify whether you're a good fit, need further review, or should be politely shown the door? Yeah, those markings aren't just for internal use. They're like secret codes that determine your envelope's fate. Applications with the reject markings often get bundled up and sold off to recycling plants. That's right, your hopes and aspirations, printed on that fancy, eco-friendly paper, end up being pulped and turned into something else. It's the circle of life, job application style. Only this circle is fueled by corporate greed and disregard for your efforts. But wait, it gets worse. Some companies are taking this exploitation to a whole new level. We're talking about fake job postings, specifically designed to lure in unsuspecting applicants. These aren't just poorly written ads or positions that are already filled. These are elaborate schemes designed to harvest applications. Think about it. Companies need office supplies, right? Paper, envelopes, and those bulky filing cabinets aren't cheap. So, what's a cost-effective way to stock up? You guessed it. Create a fake job posting, watch the applications roll in, and bam, you've got yourself a fresh supply of free office materials. It's a ruthless bait-and-switch tactic that preys on the vulnerability of job seekers, particularly young people eager to break into the workforce. You're not just competing with other qualified candidates, you're up against a system designed to use you for its own gain. Section 5. Profiting off hope. How companies cash in on applications. So we've established that some companies are selling envelopes and recycling applications. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The process is more intricate and far-reaching than it appears at first glance. But where does the money go? How is it utilized within the corporate structure? These are questions that often go unanswered. Is this some elaborate scheme to fund the CEO's next yacht purchase? While it might seem like a conspiracy theory, there's a grain of truth in the idea that the funds are used for high-level luxuries. Well, it's not always that glamorous, but the money often ends up back in the company coffers. These funds are then reallocated to various departments and projects. Remember those internal events your company throws? The holiday parties, team-building exercises, and other social gatherings? Maybe even those awkward ice cream socials? These events are often seen as perks, but they come at a cost. Yeah, those aren't always funded by the company's success. Instead, they are sometimes financed by the very people hoping to be a part of that success. You, the applicant. Think about it. The money you spend on application fees and other related costs often goes into funding these internal events and other company expenses. Companies write off those donated office supplies as a tax deduction. This means they benefit twice, once from the initial sale and again from the tax break. The money they make from selling envelopes and recycling applications? Pure profit. It's a clever way to maximize revenue with minimal effort. It's a win-win for them, a lose-lose for you. Your hard work, your efforts, your dreams, they all contribute to a system that benefits everyone but the applicant. The cycle continues with new applicants constantly feeding into the system, unaware of how their contributions are being used. They all contribute to a system that benefits everyone but the applicant. It's a harsh reality, but one that needs to be acknowledged. Section 6. The emotional toll. More than just a rejected resume. Look, we can talk about the financial implications all day long, but the real kicker here is the emotional toll this takes on job seekers. We're talking about shattered confidence, feelings of betrayal, and a sense of hopelessness that can be incredibly difficult to shake off. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a job application, spending hours perfecting every detail, only to find out that it was all for nothing. That your application, the one you believed in, the one you thought would be your ticket to a brighter future, was treated like garbage. It's dehumanizing, demoralizing, and downright cruel. And for young people just starting out, this kind of experience can be especially damaging. It can make you question your worth, your abilities, and your place in a world that seems determined to exploit your eagerness. Section 7. Spotting the red flags, how to protect yourself. So, what can you do about it? How do you navigate a job market that often feels rigged against you? Well, knowledge is power. By being aware of these shady practices, you can start to protect yourself and avoid falling victim to these scams. First off, trust your gut. If a job posting seems too good to be true, it probably is. Pay attention to the details. Are there grammatical errors in the job description? Does the company website look sketchy? Do your research. A quick Google search can reveal a lot about a company's reputation. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Reach out to the company directly, inquire about the position, and see how they respond. A legitimate company will be happy to answer your questions and address your concerns. If they're evasive or dismissive, that's a major red flag. Section 8. Fighting back, holding companies accountable. Look, it's not just about protecting yourself, it's about holding these companies accountable for their actions. We need to call out these shady practices, expose the companies that engage in them, and demand better treatment for job seekers. Social media can be a powerful tool for change. Share your experiences, raise awareness about these scams, and encourage others to do the same. When enough people speak out, companies are forced to listen. They might not care about your individual application, but they do care about their public image. Contact your elected officials. Let them know this is an issue that matters to you, that you're tired of being exploited and that you demand better protection for job seekers. They might not be able to solve the problem overnight, but they can introduce legislation, implement regulations, and hold companies accountable for their actions. Section 9. A call for change towards a more ethical job market. Ultimately, this is about more than just job applications. It's about creating a more ethical and equitable job market, one that values fairness, transparency, and respect for all job seekers. It's about shifting the power dynamic from corporations to individuals, from exploitation to empowerment. It's time for a change. We need to move away from these predatory practices and towards a system that recognizes the value of human potential. We need to create a job market where hard work is rewarded, where qualifications matter, and where every applicant is treated with dignity and respect. This isn't just a fight for job seekers, it's a fight for a better future. A future where everyone has a fair shot at success. A future where your dreams aren't treated like disposable commodities.